You guys, so today we're going to talk about one-step inequalities, all right? So to start off, it says inequalities can be solved by following the same steps as equations, okay? So the variable must be undone, just like with an equation. And just like with an equation, okay, we want to isolate that variable to one side of the inequality. Isolate the variable by using the inverse, okay? So again, very similar to what? Solving one-step equations. Whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. Okay? So none of this is new. So what operation do you see happening here? I see addition. How do I undo that? I subtract. All right, so n is going to be less than or equal 11. All right, so I'll just say that this is 11 right here. Close that because it's a equal to bar. And it says, remember, n is less than, so that means we're going to go this way. All right, you see C is minus 9. It's greater than. All right, 14, so I'm going to add 9 to both sides. When I do that, I get C is greater than 23. So 23 is here. Open circle because there's no bar under here. And it says C is greater than, all right? So we're going to go that way. The next couple ones. So we have 12G is less than 48. We know when these two are next to each other, this is multiplication. So I'm going to divide by 12 on both sides. All right, so that means G is going to be less than 4, okay? So 4 is here, open circle, because there is no bar here, okay? So it's an open circle, and less than, so it's going to go to the left, all right? These, right, we have to read them from the variable side, okay? Or you can rewrite it. So you can rewrite this as 7G is less than or equal to 49, if that's easier for you, okay? So you can divide by 7. And so then you get G is less than or equal to 7. Okay, so this is 7, close circle because of the bar under here. And it says less than, okay? So that means I'm going to go this way. Looking at number 5, the operation that I see is division. And so to undo that, I'm going to multiply, okay? So I'm going to multiply by 3 on both sides. So this is basically 3 over 1, so this is going to cancel out. So I'm going to be left with P is greater than 9 times 3, which is 27. So this is going to be an open circle because there's no bar here. And then I'm just going to go this way because it says greater than. The next one, I'm going to solve this one just right here and read it from where the variable is. So 33 is greater than or equal to x plus 19. So the operation I see is addition. So I'm going to subtract 33 from 19 and I get 14. 14 is greater than or equal to x. So if I read this from x, x is going to be less than or equal to. So starting from 14, okay, I'm going to put a bar, a closed circle here. And then it says x is less than, okay, so that means I'm going to the left. Left. Okay? All right, so, and remember, like with these equations that I know that they're easy, you can probably look at them and you see the answer. Remember to be practicing that process to prepare you for when it's two-step equations or multi-step equations, okay? This is your foundation. All right, so it says to solve these equations down here. So looking at this first one, it says 7x is greater than or equal to 35. So I'm going to divide by 7 on both sides. So x is going to be greater than or equal to. So what I'm going to do is solve all of these, and then I'll show like all the solutions at the end because I feel like I'm going to run out of space. So solving this one, so you got x plus 6.8 is less than 11.2. I'm going to subtract from 6.8 on both sides just because I see addition, so I'll undo it with subtraction. And so I'll get 4. So I could borrow here 0, 12. So 12 minus 8 is going to give you that 4. And basically 10 minus 6 is 4. So that's how it's 4.4. The next one, it says x minus 5 is greater than 16.7. So I'm going to add 5 to both sides to solve this. So when I do that, nothing is going to change for the 7. So basically I'm doing 16 plus 5 here. So this is going to become x, and then this is going to become 21.7 with the same inequality. All right, so looking at the next one, it says x plus 14 is less than or equal to 16. So that means I'm going to subtract 14 from both sides. And when I do that, I get 2. So x is going to be less than or equal to 2. Okay. The next one, it says 8 is greater than or equal to x minus 3. So when I solve this, I'm going to add 3 to both sides. And again, I'm going to read it from the left. Okay, so that's going to become 11 is greater than or equal to x, or x is less than or equal to 11. All right, same difference. The next one says 7 is less than or equal to 2x. So I'm going to divide both of these by 2. I know that 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So 7 divided by 2 is 3.5, and that's going to cancel out. So this is going to be x is greater than or equal to 3.5. Okay? This way. Next one. So we got x over 8, that means its division is going to be greater than 3. I'm going to multiply both sides by 8, and I'll get x is greater than 24. Next one here, you see I'm dividing by 2, right? So that means I'm going to multiply by 2 on both sides. 3 times 2 is 6, and 4 times 2 is 8. So 3.5 times 2 is 7, all right? So this one is going to be x is less than 7. Yep. Next one, it's right here. So I'm going to subtract 11 from both sides. When I do that, I get 7 is less than x, okay? Or I can rewrite this like x is greater than 7, all right? Looking at the bottom ones, so you have 6x is greater than or equal to 108. So I'm just going to divide by 6 on both sides. So 6 goes into 10 once. When I subtract this, I get 48. And then that's 8. So that's going to be 18 when I divide by 6 on both sides. So this is going to be x is greater than or equal to 18. And last but not least, you got x minus 7 is less than or equal to 45. So I'm going to add 7. I have to do the inverse operation. So x is going to be less than or equal to 52. All right, so we have 25 is less than or less than 5x. And Kevin was asked to place a check mark to any inequality which x equals 5 is a true statement. Okay, so if I do 5 times 5 here, this is going to become 25 is less than 5 times 5, which is 25. And that's not true, okay? So this is a mistake. Now, if there was a bar under here with the equal to sign, it would work, all right? Now, this one says it's 5 true. So if I do 5 minus 3 here, that's going to be 2. And 2 is less than 8, okay? So that one is true. And this one, 6 times that x, which is 5 here, right? It's going to be 30. So 30 is less than or equal to 30. So it's just the first one, okay? And that one could be true if it had a bar, but it doesn't. All right, the next one, it says each of the students below made a statement about the inequality. 72 is greater than 8x. Which students made a true statement? So I'm going to rewrite this. So this is going to be 8x is less than 72. I'm also going to solve for that. So I'm going to divide by 8. So then x is going to be less than 9. Okay, so let's look at these. You can rewrite it, the problem to be 8x is greater than 72. So you cannot, right? Because you always read it from the x side, and this reads that 8x is less than. Okay, so Casey, you got to get yourself together. On the solution, x is greater than 9. No, you just moved everything without considering it. So remember, we're going to read it from over here, or you can rewrite it. So x is going to be less than 9. Okay, so this says 5 is part of the solution set. So if x equals 5, if I plug in 5 right here, okay, is 5 less than 9? Definitely, okay, so that is a part of the solution set. All right, so that's all I'm going to do. So just to recap, when you are solving equations, inequalities, make sure you do like the inverse operation, whether it is an equation or an inequality, make sure you're doing the inverse, because when you get to 8th grade and you have variables on both sides, okay, and things get more complicated, you want to be prepared for that. And that starts by you practicing those skills here so that when you get to 8th grade, you can do this work, okay? So it's just a lot of different steps, and this is not including the distributive property or anything. So just make sure that you're practicing here in 6th grade so you can be prepared for the future. Okay, thanks for doing your best. Bye.